Let me ask you something real. Have you ever liked a girl so much that you started doing everything for her? You texted her first, every day. You complimented her. You made time for her. You were there for her. Always. But somehow, she started pulling away. She stopped texting as much. She wasn't excited to see you anymore. She didn't smile the same way. And soon, it felt like you were chasing her while she was running away. It's confusing, right? You're thinking, I'm being a good man. I'm showing her how much I care. I'm giving her love. But instead of bringing her closer, it's making her colder. Why does that happen? Let me tell you something most people will never say out loud. When you give too much, too soon, you lose your value. Not because you're not good enough. Not because love is bad, but because what is easy to get is easy to forget. Think about it. When something is always there, like air, we stop noticing it. We don't wake up excited about air, do we? But if you were underwater and gasping for breath, suddenly air becomes the most valuable thing in the world. The same happens in relationships. If you're always available, always giving, always showing up first, she never has a chance to miss you. She never has a chance to wonder about you. She never gets to feel what it's like to not have you right there all the time. And here's where it gets deeper. When you chase love, you send a message. You say, you're more important than me. You say, your approval matters more than my peace. You say, I will lose myself just to be close to you. But guess what? Real attraction doesn't grow from chasing. It grows from space. That's the secret nobody tells men. Because the world teaches you to be nice, to be kind, to be giving. And yes, those things matter. But when you give too much without being earned, you lower your value. Let me give you an example. Imagine there's a man who brings a diamond to a girl on the first date. He says, "Here, take this. You don't have to do anything. I just want you to have it." At first she's surprised, but after a while she might think, if he gives diamonds so easily, maybe they aren't worth much. But what if? That same man had goals. He had dreams. He had a life. And instead of trying to impress her, he just invited her into his world, slowly, over time. And then after seeing his strength, his focus, his calm, he gave her something small but meaningful. Now it feels special. Now it feels rare. Now she wants to earn more of him. That's the power of not giving everything away too soon. It's not about playing games. It's not about being fake. It's about knowing this. You are the prize. You are not here to beg. You are not here to chase. You are not here to prove anything to anyone. You are here to live your life with purpose, calm, and quiet strength. And when she sees that, she feels something different. She doesn't feel control. She doesn't feel pressure. She feels curiosity. She feels desire. She feels drawn in. And that is the beginning of true connection. Not from giving too much, but from giving the right energy. Not from proving yourself, but from becoming yourself. Now here's the big question. Are you ready to learn the shift that will change everything? The shift that makes her want to earn your love? The shift that puts the power back in your hands? Why giving too much destroys attraction? Let's talk about something that sounds good, but actually pushes women away. It's the idea that you must give more to make her like you more. Most guys are taught this from a young age. They hear things like, be super nice and she'll love you. Treat her like a queen and she'll never leave. Show her you care more than anyone else. Sounds sweet, right? But guess what? It doesn't work. In fact, the more you try to impress her, the less impressed she becomes. Let's break this down with a story. Imagine a man named Jake. Jake really likes a girl named Lisa. He thinks, if I show her how much I care, she'll see how special I am. So what does he do? He texts her every morning and every night. He's always free for her, even if he's busy. He buys her little gifts, remembers every small detail, and says yes to everything she wants. At first, Lisa is flattered. She smiles and says, "Oh, you're so sweet." But over time, her replies get shorter. She takes longer to text back. She starts making excuses. And Jake starts feeling confused and hurt. He thinks, but I did everything right. Why is she pulling away? Here's why. Jake gave too much too soon. He overinvested before Lisa truly earned it. Instead of showing his value, he gave it all away, without her having to do anything. And what's easy to get is easy to forget. Women don't fall for what's given to them for free. They fall for what they work for, what they earn, what they feel they might lose. This is not about being mean. It's not about playing games. It's about respecting your own value. Think about this. If someone gives you a gold ring for free, and you didn't work for it, you might wear it a few times. You might toss it in a drawer. You might forget where you put it. But if you saved up for months to buy that same ring, you'd polish it, protect it, wear it with pride. The same thing happens with relationships. People value what they invest in. When you chase her, give her everything, and expect nothing in return, you remove the need for her to do anything. She doesn't have to think about you. She doesn't have to wonder about you. She doesn't have to choose you, because you already chose her before she even had a chance to feel anything. Now here's the hard truth. Women don't want to be chased. They want to be inspired. They want to feel something they can't explain. They want to be around a man who makes them curious, who makes them think, who doesn't give himself away to just anyone. And that kind of man, he doesn't chase. He doesn't beg. He doesn't try. He lets her come to him naturally, because his life is already full. His mind is calm. His goals are clear. His time is sacred. And if she wants to be part of that, she has to earn it, just like he would have to earn her. Not by doing tricks, not by playing roles, but by being grounded in who he is. And that is what most men miss. So the next time you feel the urge to do more, give more, prove more, pause. Ask yourself, is she investing in me the way I'm investing in her? Am I respecting my time, my energy, my heart? Because when you start respecting your own worth, she will too. And that's where everything starts to shift. Now let me ask you this. Are you ready to learn why space and absence make her desire you even more, without you doing anything at all? When you make yourself rare, you become irresistible. Have you ever heard this saying? People want what they can't easily have. Well, this is more than just a saying. It's one of the most powerful truths about attraction. Let's be honest. When something is everywhere, all the time, people stop noticing it. Imagine if someone gave you your favorite food every day, 5 times a day. At first you'd be excited, but after a while, you get tired of it. You wouldn't crave it anymore. It's always there. Now think about this. What if you could only have that favorite food once in a while, and you never knew exactly when it was coming? Suddenly, it feels special. You get excited. You think about it more. You want it more. This is what happens with you too. When you are always giving, always texting, always calling, always trying to prove yourself, you become common. You become expected. There is no mystery, no spark, no reason for her to wonder, where is he? What is he doing? Is he thinking of me? But when you focus on your life, your work, your fitness, your peace, your mission, you naturally become less available. You're not always there. You're doing your thing. You're not ignoring her, but you're not living for her either. This doesn't make you cold. It makes you rare. And rare things have value. Think about diamonds, gold, article. These things are hard to find. That's why people chase them, desire them, respect them. The same idea works in relationships. When you become a man who is not always available, who values his own time, who doesn't drop everything just for attention, you become the man she feels lucky to have access to. You don't need to say much. You don't need to do much. Your silence, your space, your energy, it speaks loudly. And guess what? This isn't about playing a game. It's not about pretending to be busy. It's about actually living a life that keeps you busy. It's about filling your world with meaning so that no one else becomes your only source of happiness. Women feel that. They sense when a man is full, whole, centered. And that's when she starts to lean in. That's when she starts thinking about you. That's when she wonders what you're doing, who you're with, and how to get your attention again. This is the power of scarcity. You don't chase, you attract. You don't beg, you choose. You don't give your time freely, you protect it. And that, my brother, is how you begin to shift the balance. That is how you make her work for your love, because she sees it's not something that comes easy. It must be earned. Now ask yourself, are you ready to live like a rare man? Or do you still want to be common? Scarcity creates value. Why being less available makes you more desired? Let me tell you something powerful. It's simple, but most men ignore it. What is easy to get is easy to forget. Think about that for a second. Imagine there's a toy that every kid already has. It's always lying around. No one waits for it. No one has to earn it. You can pick it up anytime. Do kids go crazy for that toy? No, they get bored. They throw it in the corner. They want something else. But now picture a toy that's locked in a glass case. It shines. It's rare. You can't just walk in and take it. You have to want it. You have to wait for it. You have to be chosen for it. That toy becomes special. Why? Because it's scarce. Because it's not always there. Because not everyone gets it. Now here's where it connects to you. Most men become the first toy. Always around. Always texting. Always calling. Always proving. Always chasing. But what happens when you're always there? You stop being rare. You stop being valuable. You stop being a challenge. She doesn't even mean to take you for granted. But your presence becomes normal. And when something is normal, it doesn't excite her anymore. Now flip it. Imagine you're not always available. Not because you're ignoring her. Not because you're playing games. But because you're busy living your life. You're building your business. You're working out. You're reading, learning, growing. You're hanging out with high-value people. You're becoming something better every single day. Suddenly, when she doesn't hear from you, she notices. She thinks about you. She wonders, what's he doing? Why hasn't he texted? Is he with someone else? Why do I miss him so much? And in that moment, your absence becomes a message. Not a loud one, not a needy one, just a quiet message that says, I'm not here to chase, I'm here to be chosen, but only by someone who sees my worth. And here's the wild part. When she feels your energy shift from chasing to living, that's when she starts chasing you. Because you've become scarce. And just like gold, just like diamonds, scarce things are always more valuable. So how do you become scarce in a healthy way? You focus on you. You don't give your time for free. You don't hand out your love like candy. You move like a man with purpose, not a boy hoping for attention. You stop checking in all day. You stop replying in seconds. You stop trying to be her favorite distraction. Because you are not a toy. You are a man. And a man with value is not found everywhere. He's not on sale. He's not always available. He's rare. And because he's rare, he's respected. Remember, scarcity creates value. If you give her all of you, before she's even earned it, she will not feel how special you are. But if you protect your time, your energy, your attention, she'll feel like she has to earn it. And when she works for your love, she values it more. The hidden power of scarcity. Why you become more attractive when you're not always there. Here's a question most men never think about. What happens when you're always available, always replying fast, always showing up when she calls? Sounds like the right thing to do, right? That's what we've all been told. Be there for her. Show her you care. Always respond. But here's the secret nobody talks about. When something is always around, it loses its value. Let's say you have a rare coin that only a few people in the world have. That coin is worth a lot. Now imagine that same coin is being made in huge numbers and sold at every corner shop. Suddenly, it's not special anymore. People don't chase it. They don't value it. It becomes common. The same thing happens in relationships. When you're always available, when you give all your time without thinking about your own needs, you become common. You become easy. And once a person sees you as easy to get, their interest starts to fade. Not because they're bad, not because they're playing games, but because that's how the human brain works. Scarcity creates value. That's why diamonds are expensive. They're hard to find. That's why luxury cars cost more. You don't see them on every street. That's why people chase limited edition items, because not everyone can have them. Now ask yourself this. Are you giving away your time like it's a cheap product? Or are you treating your time and attention like something rare and valuable? This doesn't mean ignoring her. This doesn't mean playing games. It means having standards for your time. It means not dropping everything the moment she texts. It means sometimes saying, "I'm busy," because you actually are. Living your life, building yourself, chasing your purpose. This space, this distance, this absence you create, it makes her wonder about you. It makes her think, what is he doing? Who is he becoming? Why do I want his attention more now? Scarcity makes her value your time. Scarcity makes her earn your love. And here's the crazy part. When she starts putting in effort, when she starts working to stay close to you, she becomes more emotionally invested. She's not just receiving anymore. She's engaged. She's thinking about you. She's chasing you a little. And that changes everything. That's not manipulation. That's nature. That's psychology. And it works when it comes from a real place. A place where you actually have a full life, goals, passions, and a strong sense of self. When you're busy building your empire, your time becomes gold. Not everyone gets access. And she'll feel lucky when she gets a piece of it. So ask yourself, are you giving her something easy to reach? Or are you becoming someone worth reaching for? When you understand this, when you live it, your presence becomes powerful. But your absence becomes even more powerful. Scarcity. Why being less available makes you more wanted. Let's talk about something that most men don't understand. Scarcity. It's a big word, but let me explain it in a simple way. Think about gold. Gold is valuable, not just because it shines, but because it's rare. You don't find gold lying around on the street. You have to search for it. You have to work for it. That's what makes gold special. Now think about water from your kitchen tap. It's useful. It's always there. You use it every day. But do you ever stop and say, wow, this water is amazing? Probably not. Why? Because it's everywhere. You never have to chase it. You never feel like you could lose it. It's the same with people. When you're always around, always texting, always calling, always available, you become like water from the tap. Useful, nice, predictable, but not rare, not special, not something she has to think about or miss. Now this doesn't mean you should act cold or ignore her just to get attention. That's not what Stoic men do. This is not about playing games. This is about understanding that your time and presence are valuable. And when you give too much of it, it starts to feel cheap. So how do you fix this? You create space, not to make her chase you, not to punish her, but because you have a life to live. You have goals. You have things to do. You have a mission that matters more than checking your phone every 3 minutes. When you're less available, something amazing happens. She starts to wonder where you are. She starts to notice the silence. She starts to miss the feeling of being around you. She starts to think, why isn't he always there like before? That question, that wondering, that's where attraction lives. When she has to think about you, miss you, and want your presence, that's when she starts working for your love. But remember this, scarcity doesn't mean silence forever. It means your time is earned, not expected. It means your energy is shared, not wasted. It means you are not here to chase, but to choose. Scarcity says, I'm not always here, and that's what makes it special when I am. So if you want to be a man she values, don't be everywhere. Be rare. Be real. And let her reach for you, instead of you always reaching for her. Now on the next page, we'll talk about something even deeper. Something that turns ordinary men into leaders. It's the thing that keeps you calm when others panic, and strong when others fall apart. Are you ready? Calm is strong. Mastering your emotions like a Stoic. Let me ask you something real. Have you ever felt like your heart is on fire when she doesn't text you back? Have you ever sat there, overthinking every little thing she said, wondering what it meant? Have you ever wanted to scream, cry, or just disappear because your emotions felt way too heavy to carry? It's okay to feel that way. But here's the truth, brother. If you want to be a strong man, a rare man, you must learn how to be calm, even when your feelings are loud. That's called emotional mastery, and it's one of the most powerful secrets a man can ever learn. What is emotional mastery? Emotional mastery doesn't mean you don't feel things. It doesn't mean you become a robot. It means you feel everything, but you don't let those feelings control your actions. It's like this. Imagine you're the captain of a ship in the middle of a storm. The wind is wild. The waves are huge. Lightning flashes all around. That storm is your emotions. But the captain, the real man, stands firm at the wheel. He doesn't panic. He doesn't jump off the ship. He stays steady. That's emotional mastery. You keep your hands on the wheel, even in the storm. You don't let your fear drive you. You don't let your sadness sink you. You don't let your anger crash your ship. Why calmness attracts her deeply? Here's what most men don't realize. Women are emotional creatures. Their feelings are like the ocean, always moving, always changing. When she feels unsure, or insecure, or overwhelmed, she doesn't need a man who is just as emotional as she is. She needs someone who's calm, someone who doesn't break down when things get tense, someone who stays grounded when her world feels shaky. That's why emotional mastery is so attractive. When she sees you handle your emotions with strength and calmness, she feels safe around you. She trusts you more. She respects you more. And yes, she wants you more. Because most guys can't do this. They chase, they beg, they cry, they blow up, and women lose respect for them. But when you're calm, even when you feel pain or pressure, she notices that. She thinks, wow, he's different. And that's when she starts working for your love. You don't need to react, you need to respond. A boy reacts, a man responds. Reacting is fast and emotional. It's like yelling when you're angry, or ghosting her when you're hurt. Responding is calm and thoughtful. It's like taking a breath, thinking clearly, and choosing what's best for your peace. Let's say she pulls away for a day. She doesn't message you. You feel anxious. A boy reacts. He double texts. He gets mad. He accuses her. A man responds. He waits. He gives her space. He focuses on his life. And when she comes back, as she always does, he welcomes her with peace, not punishment. That's power. That's stoic. That's rare. Don't suppress your emotions. Understand them. Some men try to pretend they feel nothing. They hide their pain. They bury their sadness. But that's not strength. That's fear. Stoic men don't run from emotions. They understand them. They sit with them. They ask, what is this feeling trying to teach me? Maybe your anger is showing you a boundary was crossed. Maybe your sadness is reminding you of something you care about. Listen to your emotions, but don't let them be your boss. Use them as signals, not steering wheels. Being calm is not boring. It's powerful. Some people think calm men are boring. They think women only want excitement and chaos. That's false. The truth is, women may chase drama when they're young or unsure. But when a woman is ready for something real, she looks for a man who gives her peace, not panic. And guess what? A calm man isn't boring. He's mysterious. He's deep. He's steady. He's the one everyone turns to when the world feels like it's falling apart. Because they trust his calm. Be that man. So what does this mean for you? It means you don't blow up when she's distant. You don't cry for attention. You don't try to control her or the outcome. You stay calm. You stay grounded. You stay in your purpose. That calm energy, that's what makes her chase you. That's what makes her value you. Because she can feel the difference. She knows she's dealing with a man who has mastered himself. And that is very rare. Emotional mastery. Calm is power. Let's talk about something really powerful now. Your emotions. You see, emotions are strong. They can lift you high or pull you deep down. And when you're in a relationship, or even just talking to a woman you really like, your emotions can feel like a storm. 1 minute you feel happy, then confused, then anxious, then angry, then excited. It's like a roller coaster you didn't ask to ride. Now here's what most men do wrong. When something doesn't feel right, like if she's not texting back, or if she seems distant, they react fast. They text her again. They call her. They ask, is something wrong? They start overthinking everything. Why? because their emotions are controlling them. But let me ask you this. What if you didn't react? What if you could just stay calm, no matter what she does? Think about that for a second. Imagine this. She pulls away. You stay grounded. She tests you with silence. You stay calm. She flirts with someone else to get your attention. You don't flinch. What does that say about you? It says you're powerful. It says you're steady. It says you're unshakable. And guess what? Women are deeply attracted to that. Because in a world full of men who overreact, lose their cool, get jealous, or beg for love, a man who stays calm feels like a mountain, unmovable, strong, safe. You don't have to yell. You don't have to prove anything. You don't even have to say much. Your silence speaks for you. Your calm energy does the work. Now, I want to make something clear. Emotional mastery isn't about hiding your feelings or pretending you don't care. It's about knowing your feelings, but choosing when, how, and if you express them. It's about breathing before speaking. It's about thinking before reacting. It's about standing tall even when your heart is racing inside. That is power. And here's the best part. When you have emotional mastery, you don't just feel more attractive to women. You feel free. Free from chasing. Free from panic. Free from needing her to respond a certain way. You begin to realize you are your own peace. You are your own stability. You are the calm inside the storm. And when she feels that energy, she wants to be close to it. Because women don't want a man who loses control. They want a man who has control. Not over her, but over himself. That's emotional power. That's stoic strength. And that's what sets you apart from the rest. Now let me ask you, do you want to unlock the next key to attraction? Why real confidence makes you magnetic, even if you say nothing. Let's say you walk into a room. You don't speak. You don't try to be noticed. You're not loud. You're not flashy. But still, people look at you. Women glance your way. Men respect your space. Why? Because confidence is silent. Real confidence doesn't shout. It doesn't brag. It doesn't need to prove anything. And the reason? Because it already knows. Let's break it down in simple words. Fake confidence versus real confidence. There are two kinds of confidence that people often talk about. Fake confidence is what most people chase. It's loud. It shows off. It's built on cars, money, followers, and trying to look cool. It says, "Look at me. I'm important." But deep down, fake confidence is weak. It depends on things that can be taken away. And if you take away the clothes, the money, the likes, it falls apart. Now let's talk about real confidence. Real confidence is different. It's quiet. It's calm. It doesn't need to be seen. It's built from doing hard things, learning skills, facing fear, and liking who you are even when no one else is watching. That kind of confidence, it stays, even when you lose money, even when life gets tough, even when people doubt you. And guess what? Women feel that. They sense when a man is sure of himself. They feel it when you walk into the room with steady eyes and a strong heart. You don't need to chase. You don't need to beg. You don't even need to say much, because your energy speaks for you. Why real confidence makes her chase you. Here's something powerful. When you stop trying to get her, she starts trying to keep you. Most guys flip this. They're always trying to win her attention, win her love, win her time. But the man with real confidence, he doesn't chase attention because he has purpose. He doesn't need love to feel good because he already loves who he is. He doesn't need to be chosen because he already chose himself. And this flips the game. Now she wants to win you because you're different. You're not like the others who try too hard. You're not desperate. You're not needy. You're not hoping to be liked. You're full inside. And that makes her curious. It makes her work. She starts wondering, why is he so calm? Why doesn't he need me? Who is he when I'm not around? And those questions, that mystery, that's attraction. How to build that kind of confidence? Let's keep it real. Confidence doesn't come from talking about it. It comes from doing, from waking up early when it's hard, from working on your body, your mind, and your goals every single day, from setting boundaries, from saying no when something doesn't feel right, from standing tall even when you feel fear. And here's the key. You won't feel confident every day, but if you act with courage anyway, confidence will grow inside you. One step at a time, one action at a time. That's how the real ones are built. And when you carry that kind of inner strength, women feel it. They respect it. They are drawn to it. Because it's so rare. So if you want to keep her interested, don't try to impress her. Impress yourself. Every day. The quiet power that makes her stay. Let's stop for a moment. Let's take a deep breath. Now think about everything we've talked about. We've uncovered a powerful truth. It's a truth most men never hear. Most men are taught to chase, to prove, to give everything they have just to earn a little attention. But where does that path lead? It leads to pain, to heartbreak, to being forgotten. Because the more you chase her love, the more she runs from yours. But you, my friend, are now different. You've learned a new path, the Stoic path, the path of stillness, of power, of peace. Not because you don't care, but because you care deeply about the right things, your mission, your mind, your purpose, your peace. You've learned that when you detach, it doesn't mean you're cold. It means you're calm. When you're absent sometimes, it doesn't mean you're playing games. It means you're building a real life, one that she'll want to be part of. You've stopped making her the center of your world. Because a woman doesn't want to be your whole world. She wants to be part of a world that already feels full. She wants to admire you, to respect you, to feel chosen by you, not chased by you. When she sees that you won't beg for her love, when she realizes you won't twist yourself just to earn her attention, when she understands that your time, your energy, your heart, are rare and valuable. That's when everything changes. That's when she starts working for your love. Not because she has to, but because now she wants to. She wants to earn your respect, to rise to your level, to be worthy of the man who doesn't need her, but chooses her. That's what makes a man unforgettable. That's what keeps a woman coming back. Not effort, not money, not charm, but calm strength, solid purpose, and a rare kind of self-respect that she feels when she's around you. You don't need to say it out loud. You don't need to prove it. You just live it. Because when a man truly knows who he is, he becomes magnetic. He becomes valuable. He becomes rare. And she knows she may never find another like you again. So now it's your turn to stop chasing, to stop proving, to stop waiting for her to see your worth. Because the moment you see it, she will too. And that is the secret power of making her work for your love. Stay grounded. Stay calm. Stay rare. And she'll never want to let you go.